Okay, real quick. Has this ever happened to you? You go into your AI agent and you type in something like, tell me about green tea. You hit enter, you get that, a wall of text. It's technically correct, it covers everything, and it's completely useless for whatever you actually needed. You wanted something specific, and Claude gave you a Wikipedia article. This happens to every beginner, and here's the thing, this is not Claude's fault. Claude is genuinely one of the most powerful tools you can use. The problem is the way most of us write our prompts. We type into Claude the same way we type into Google, and Claude is not a search engine. In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you a dead simple 4-part formula that completely transforms the answers you get from Claude. No technical knowledge required. Let's go ahead and learn. Let me explain what just happened. When you typed, tell me about green tea, Claude had no idea what you actually needed. Do you want health benefits? Brewing techniques? The history? A comparison with black tea? For a blog post? For a school project? For yourself personally? Claude doesn't know, so it answers all of it, for nobody in particular. Think of it this way. Imagine you hired the most talented assistant in the world. One day you walk in and say, do some stuff. What are they supposed to do? They look at you completely lost. Claude fills in those blanks itself, and its guesses are almost always never right for your specific situation. The fix is simpler than you expected. You just need to give Claude 4 pieces of information every time you write a prompt. I put them into a formula you can remember in about 10 seconds. It's called RTCF. Role, task, context, format, and let me show you what each one means. Okay, RTCF, 4 parts, and I'll go through each one. R is for role. Tell Claude who to be for this task. Think of it like hiring a specialist for this one question, like act as a marketing expert, or you are a friendly high school teacher, or even pretend you're a personal finance coach. Just that one sentence completely changes how Claude frames its answers. It's like tuning a radio station. You're telling Claude which channel to be on. T is for task. Be specific about what you actually want. Not tell me about this. Give Claude a real deliverable. List the top 5 health benefits. Write me a 150-word email. Explain this concept like I'm 12 years old. C is for context. This is the secret ingredient. Tell Claude who you are, what your situation is, and who will read the answer. Like, I run a small bakery in Montreal. I'm a student preparing for my first job interview. My audience has never used software before. Context is what turns a generic answer into one that actually fits you. And F, format. Tell Claude exactly how you want the answer structured. Give me a numbered list or keep it under 100 words. Use a simple, plain language or include a subject line. Without this, you could get a 500-word essay when all you needed was 3 bullet points. Role, task, context, and format, RTCF. You don't need all 4 every time, but the more you include, the better your results. And let me prove it. Now we're on the next demo, and we're going to ask the green tea question again, the same topic, but a totally different approach, and here's what most people type. Most people would say, tell me about green tea, right? Very generic, it covers everything, but it helps nobody. Now watch the RTCF version. I'll read each line as I type so you can see exactly which part is which. So, act as a health researcher. Summarize the top 5 scientifically supported health benefits of green tea. I'm writing a blog post for general readers with no science background. Or format as a numbered list with a 2-sentence explanation each. And finally, flag any benefits where the research is still debated. Now let's press enter. And look at that. The same topic, completely different result. Structured, clear, written for regular people. It even flagged the debated stuff because I asked. This is the exact same Claude. The only thing that changed was the quality of my instructions. Now the second demo, write in. Say you need to write an email to a potential client asking for a meeting. Write me a professional email. This is a bad prompt result. It'll be filled with brackets, applies to nobody, needs complete rewriting, and is embarrassing to send. Now let's try the RTCF prompt. So let's try the RTC prompt. Let's type in, act as a professional business writer. Write an email for me. I'm a freelance web designer to the owner of a local restaurant called La Belle Table in Montreal. I want to request a 20-minute video call to discuss redesigning their website. Their current site is outdated and not mobile friendly. Warm but professional tone under 150 words. Include a subject line. Now let's send it. And just like that, it's ready to send right now. It has a subject line. It addresses to a restaurant, not a company in brackets. It mentions the specific problem with their site. It's the right length and tone. I could copy and paste this in 30 seconds and write in the prompt took me less than a minute. And now the last demo. And this is one for the people who are not coders at all. So stay with me because it perfectly shows why context is everything. Here's what happens when you're too broad. Now let's type explain Python to me. Claude just gave us a full tutorial on Python. Variables, data types, loops, functions, all of it. If you came here needing to calculate someone's age, it doesn't help you at all. It's everything for nobody. Now I'm going to give Claude a specific task and tell it who I am. So let's ask it, I'm a complete beginner, just starting to learn Python. Act as a patient coding teacher. Write a simple script that asks the user to enter their birthday, year, month, and day. Then calculate and display their current age in years. After the code, explain what each section does in plain, everyday English. Assume I have 0 coding experience. Now let's hit send. Same Python, completely different experience. There's the code I can actually run and a plain English explanation of every single line underneath it. I know what to do next and I can learn from this. That one phrase of I'm a complete beginner changed everything. That is context doing its job. Before the final example, here are the 3 mistakes I see all the time from beginners. Mistake 1 is being too broad. We just saw this 3 times. A broad statement forces Claude to answer for everyone, which means it answers perfectly for no one. The more specific you are, the better the answer. Mistake 2 is accepting the first answer. Claude's first response is a starting point, not the finish line. You can reply right in the same chat and say, make that shorter, or change the tone to something more casual, or give me a real example of that third point. Claude will revise it, the conversation continues, and that is the most underused thing about Claude and it's completely free. And mistake 3, skipping the role. I know typing act as a marketing expert feels a bit awkward. It sounds like you're playing pretend, but it works. It tells Claude which lens to look through when it answers your question. Try it once on something you've already asked and compare the results. You won't skip it again. Let me show you how all of this connects with one real workflow. Say you have a job interview next week at Shopify. 3 prompts, 3 minutes. Open up Claude and type in this first prompt. Act as a career coach. I have a job interview at Shopify next week for a junior marketing role. Give me a quick summary of what I should know, their mission, current focus areas, and company culture. Format as bullet points. Keep it brief. Most important stuff only. Now let's hit send. Now, prompt 2. Let's get the questions. Now list the 5 most likely interview questions all faced for this junior marketing role at Shopify. And finally, the last prompt. Help me write a strong answer to tell me about yourself. I have 2 years of experience managing social media for a local business. This is my first corporate marketing role. Write in first person, natural tone, under 90 seconds when spoken aloud. Let's hit send. And just like that, 3 prompts in 3 minutes, interview prep that would have taken me 2 hours of Googling. And notice something, prompts 2 and 3, I didn't re-explain that I'm interviewing at Shopify. Claude remembered from the first prompt. The whole conversation carries context forward. That's one thing that makes Claude different from a search engine. Here's your challenge this week. Pick one real thing you need help with. It can be an email, a research question, a creative project, anything. And use the RTCF formula. Then come back and drop your prompt in the comments. I read every single one. If this helped you, hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people. Subscribe for new Claude tutorials every week. And next video, Claude projects. How to set things up so Claude automatically remembers your context across every conversation. It's a game changer. I'll see you in the next one.